Greetings everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're gonna answer an interesting question that I received, and we shall see how it shall go. Thank you very much, and if you're new to the channel, remember, make sure to like, share and subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified. Alright, let's get into it. In today's question, it's a very interesting one, right? It's short, straight to the point, and this is regarding certain things that's written in the Bible. The question is, why did the fallen angels give mankind forbidden knowledge? That is the question. Now, when you look at it, knowledge, there's nothing wrong with knowledge, right? It is good to know, right? We talk about ignorance. We say it's not good for someone to be ignorant of things. They have to know in order to move around this earth, right? But here the key word is forbidden knowledge. That begs to bring a question. Is all knowledge good? That is something you should think about, right? Now, it says, why did the fallen angels give mankind forbidden language? Now, if you don't know what angel is, I'll make sure to put a link in the notification up here, either left or right, depending where my finger lands, maybe here. I'll put a link to a video I made recently about who are angels, right? Someone asked a question, who and what are angels? And basically, the context of this question comes from a storyline in the Bible. It talks about the watchers, that angels whose job is to watch the earth, to watch mankind, to observe what they do. They decided to leave the post out of their own free will. They're like, well, we're bored in heaven. The earth sounds like fun, and they have something beautiful. They have nice food, delicious things, and they have women. You can, fornicate and do stuff, So they came down, they left their habitation, meaning they were not supposed to be here with us. They were supposed to be just doing the job, keeping duty. What is it? Don't mix personal with your duties, kind of thing, right? So they came down, and to get what's the word I'll use? To get the favor of mankind, to lure them, meaning to appeal to them as gods or authority figure. Once again, to rule over the earth, they gave certain knowledge that mankind lacked. The knowledge that people call technology, certain wisdom, certain understanding of the luminaries, how the earth works, right? Now, someone may look at someone with that knowledge and be like, well, there's nothing wrong with learning technology. There's nothing wrong with learning how to make weapons of war, right? As it's mentioned in the book of ENOCH, chapter 6. It gives you the story, the name of the angels, and what they did, or the knowledge they taught mankind. So someone will say, well, why was it forbidden? It's like, if it's supposed to, quote unquote, lead mankind to a new era, a new age, why is it forbidden? Why will God, forbid the angels to teach mankind those things that's supposed to help us? Well, it's just like anything, right? I'll use an example. Mankind, in the eyes of the Most High, the Creator, were like children. He had his own plan on how he will go about giving knowledge. There are steps, right? Just like a baby. A baby, you cannot teach a baby how to sew, right? You can't teach a baby how to hit a hammer to get the nails stuck on it, to beat a nail on a chair or a table. He's not equipped. He's not strong enough. He doesn't have the discernment, right? It's a freaking baby. Get it? You understand? So, yes, the knowledge of hitting the hammer is good, but what will benefit a baby? If you give him the hammer, what is he going to do? He will smash you in the head. Now, is that productive? No. That's why it's called, for the child, that knowledge will be what? Forbidden. Do not give it to the child because he is not mentally and physically equipped to utilize that knowledge. Now, when it comes to the fallen angels, what happened was the reason why certain of those knowledge was forbidden because in this how should I put this, in the higher dimensions, certain laws that pertains to that dimension, mankind was not supposed to know, right? Like certain knowledge, like man was not supposed to know the what people call astronomy. Yes, everybody is born under a certain season, right? Under the zodiacs, right? What they call the zodiacs, right? Now, for example, if someone is born in March, like between certain days, there's a movement in the luminaries, right? That if someone falls in that star, which is an angel, they will pick on that attribute, certain attributes. So that knowledge was not supposed to be given to mankind. Why? Because if you know someone's attribute, you can use it for you, like in the evil way, meaning you can take advantage of that person because you know that they're born under certain stars, right? Like reading the palm, that's also something that fallen angels taught mankind because depending on your palm, they can know your mission. They can know your star, right? You've heard people say, oh, this person has a star. But when you hear it, it doesn't make any sense. Now, again, I don't want to go too further deep, but the question why the fallen angels taught mankind, easy to get followers, to be seen as gods. That's why they began to worship them. They began to adore them. They began to serve them, offer them sacrifice. And those fallen deities, what happened? The lust of fleshy things, meaning the lust of the world, they got enticed, and because they're not human. I'm using that term. They're not of this world. Their appetite was, what's the term I can use? They couldn't be satisfied because the appetite is endless. So they began to go beyond their normal appetites that you as a human being, as a person, can ever imagine. Now, some of those records, you won't find it in the most Bibles that you have. Like if you read Genesis, all Genesis tells you is like mankind became wicked, it was uncontrollable, and the Most High say we gotta get rid of. If we don't do it, mankind will be finished, right? But certain truth about what happened, you can find it in certain mythologies in different cultures. Like if you, this is my opinion. I think what we read in Greek mythology was actually something that happened, but not in a timeline that you will imagine, right? Because it's Greek mythology. All those myth stories are the story of those fallen angels and their children. That's what I believe, because based on the context and the story, right? For an example, for those of you who know Greek mythology, there's a story of a deity who stole fire from the gods and gave mankind, and mankind was able to what? To use it to make weapons. Prometheus, right? You've heard the story of Prometheus. There is even Hollywood movies about it. The storyline is Prometheus fell in love with mankind, and he saw mankind. He's like, we can help these people. And the chief god Zeus is like, no, we can't give mankind fire because one day, if they learn this, they can use fire against us, because fire can destroy both gods and man, right? Because fire existed before the gods, according to mythology. So when Prometheus took one fire and gave it to a human person who he liked, Zeus was angry and punished him in a horrific torture, right? So you can read all that. So those are just examples, right? The clash of the titans, gods versus titans, all these stories are all, they're calling it legends, but somewhere, somehow, it fits the timeline from the book of Enoch, from the Bible, and all the extra biblical text that tells you what happened, even in Josephus. He's a Jewish historian. So when it comes to forbidden knowledge, why most people who know things, why would they give forbidden knowledge to people who are forbidden to receive? Simple. Prestige, power. I know more than you, so let me give you a little crumb so you come and beg for more, and I can use the ignorance, the lack of knowledge to my advantage, so I can rule over you as your master, as your lord, as your chief commander, etc., etc. Different titles that you can think of. So that's why the fallen gods gave forbidden forbidden knowledge to mankind. That's why. So I know some people, they'll be like, well, that doesn't make any sense. That's not logical. Why would Almighty God create mankind and withhold certain information because it's forbidden? Why is it forbidden? I'm like, if you had a father or your parents, did you question it when they said, don't touch that fire? Your father, they bore you in this earth. They knew what was best for you. They knew what was wrong or right. So how dare you question, be like, why did my father stop me from touching that fire? I want to know. I deserve to know. No. Who are you to tell your parents or God what knowledge you gain when you're mentally immature? Mankind, this is the proof we're seeing today. With all this quote-unquote technology, what has mankind done with it? Right? Because here's a secret. You think the gods just left off the earth? They're not here today? Who do you think is giving mankind this knowledge? You really think someone went to sleep and came up with an idea of creating a nuclear weapon? Do you think someone went to bed and came up with the idea of making a missile? Do you think someone just went to bed and decided to go from a sword and start making quote-unquote rapid sword, which is an assault weapon? You think mankind just went to sleep and just came up with it? We're so smart that we can come up with this? You really think that? You need to wake up. That mankind can only go so far unless the gods put a little touch with knowledge. So there you have it, guys. Why did the fallen angels give mankind forbidden knowledge? You've just received the reasons why. So thank you very much. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate it. You already know we're living in a time where 10 minutes is 2 hours. So 2 seconds is enough for most people these days. Short attention span. But if you have made it this far, congratulations. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, remember, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. And if you like this video and you want other people to know about it, share and like. And if you have any suggestion, comments, or you want to add into what I've spoken a few minutes ago, please feel free to leave the comments below. And be very clever with your comments, because YouTube is zapping any comments that has certain words that they don't agree. So be very clever with your words. Use science, right? Knowledge to manipulate the AI so you won't figure out what you're trying to say. And the AI is getting very smart. They're programming to make sure that even if you're clever with your words, they can pick it up and zap your comment. You know, I won't be doing the zapping, but it's gonna be YouTube. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna keep doing this series. I think the format, I really like it. It's kind of new. I know for people who've been on my channel, they'll be like, oh, why is it changing? I decided, I'm like, I think I need to start doing this more because I think it's very interesting. So stay tuned for more. Peace, blessings, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.